Hi, good afternoon. So lovely to see you. I'm Lillian from Bella, Niger. I'll start with saying Shanty Town was such a beautiful job, and it makes me so proud as a Nigerian to see it come out of Nollywood. As producers of this beautiful film, this beautiful series rather, what was the motivation behind creating this, especially now knowing that it touches on so many sensitive topics?
Okay, Shanty Town is a show that highlights the underbelly issues happening in the society. If you look at the society, just like you mentioned, a lot of things are happening. We have organ harvesting, human trafficking, a lot of things that are negatively happening in the society that people are not talking about or people don't want to talk about. So the idea of Shanty Town was for us to bring it out, speak about it, and show what women, and mostly young women, are going through in the society. In the slum, maybe you're living somewhere in Lekki, Ikoyi, you don't know that people are going through this in several places in the country. So we brought it for people to see it, and we spoke about it because we want it to stop. We want it to stop. We want the women to know that they can get their way out. They can be free. So it's about freedom.
Thank you. Awesome. Ini,
Thank you.
do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, she's literally said it all. Primarily, it's just throwing light on the ills of the society. Also, the fact that there are people who sit at the helm of affairs in this country, the people that people look up to, who are supposed to be leaders, who are supposed to be influential people, who actually are benefiting off these people. So the prostitution industry, for instance, it's very big all over the world, about whereby young girls are brought in against their wishes or being deceived or by bait or whatever, made to go through all kinds of sodomizing situations, all kinds of unimaginable things just to benefit a certain people who supposedly have a reputation in the society. They're actually people who are benefiting off these industries, who are supposedly the ones that we should be looking up to, the supposed leaders of the country. So ideally, it's just to shed that light, to bring it to the forefront that we have this situation, we have a sick society, and we need to do something. We need to start a movement that allows women to live freely. It's about, like she said, it's about freedom. It's just about treating, allowing humans to live freely and not dehumanize them for your own gains.
Thank you for throwing light on that with Shanty Town. Ini, you play Inem, a very strong character. What was the process of embodying this character to deliver it so well?
It was, for me, I mean, first of all, why did I even choose to play him? It was the challenge in it that inspired me. I mean, for the longest, I've longed for characters who allow me to be an actor that I am, to feel challenged, to bring out what I know that I have in me. So, I mean, that can also explain perhaps why I haven't really been, because, you keep getting certain roles, and so I am, as a producer, I'm on the lookout for characters that are challenging enough, because you don't really get to know an actor's strength if you don't have a challenging role. So for me, that was the challenge. And the challenge, you could see from all the combat, the fights, I had to go through trainings, martial art trainings, fighting, taekwondo. For 6 weeks, consistently, every day. We had 2 sets of martial artists who would come, fight with me, and all of that. And in the process of all those trainings, I was mentally also slipping into that character because I had to embody it. And then fighting every day, why am I fighting? She's fighting for her survival. She needs to, she's in a place where if she can't fight, she can't survive, because I mean she's dealing with all these men who are riding them for whatever reason, so she needed to fight to literally get out of there alive. So all of that was also preparing me mentally for that character, as well as, of course, the language part, which is very interesting. And then again, my character was is a two-in-one character,
yes,
with two different personalities, two very different personalities, having to be on the other side and having to be on the other side. And these are two very diverse characters, which I had to play convincingly, because obviously, if you're undercover, if you're going as an undercover, you need to be able to be believable for, because you're impersonating somebody else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what she was doing. And so, of course, all that mental work, it was really interesting for me. And of course, the part where I had to speak a lot of my language was also very sweet.
Personally, I loved that part.
Everybody says they love it.
Awesome. And that just speaks to the cast of this series. Everybody delivered their A game, top notch.
Yeah.
What was the process of selecting the actors that played the roles?
First of all, when we had the script, we knew that we had an amazing story. And to be able to interpret that story, to bring that story to fruition, we needed actors who were able to embody each of those characters perfectly. So we didn't cast based on who you know, who is your friend, who is not your friend. The casting was solely based on each character and the peculiarity and the believability of that character. So you had to be believable from the looks to the speech,
yes,
in the body movement, in everything, because we knew what we were trying to achieve. So that's how we set out to choose. For instance, Scar's character was the difficult one.
The most
difficult one. We had so many actors read for Scar.
Yeah.
So many people read for it. But there was some vision we had, especially me, because immediately I mean that's the cast that I could see. I can hit my hand on my chest and said I cast Chidi for Scar. My partners didn't quite get it on the first time I suggested Chidi, but then eventually, I think it started to just sink in that, we still hadn't seen that thing that we wanted, and already had a vision of how he should speak, how he should move, how, I didn't want the, when you talk about Agbero in Lagos, you're looking for a certain way, the screamings, the aggression, we wanted somebody that would be suave but dangerous, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And gritty, and he just does it so effortlessly. So
Chidi was the best.
Chidi was just perfect for it.
Yes.
Thank you. That's awesome. So, I mean, when everybody watches this, I'm sure there's going to be excitement. Everybody's going to be excited about it, if I do say so myself. But what is the one thing personally you would want people to take out of it, apart from the excitement, apart from enjoying that it's a great series? What would you want them to take out of it?
I would want, let me say women, what I would want women to take out of it is that we live in a world, in a society whereby you need to fight for your life. You need to fight for what you believe in. You need to fight for what you want. You need to fight for the equality. You need to fight for literally everything that you want to have, including your life. So I just wish that this film would really inspire women from, across board on every aspect of life, to just know that you have a right, you have a right to live, and live the way that makes you comfortable. So the liberty, the liberation at the end of the day, the fact that when you fight for something, you will get some certain level of liberation, and also the society to understand that we are comfortable in where we are, different homes. There's a world out there that we are not seeing. There's a world out there that nobody's paying attention to. There's a whole world out there of people who are literally struggling to survive or going through the most dehumanizing things you can think of. Yeah. And we need to begin to treat, look into those things and see how we can provide help or set out laws that can accommodate them, or that can sort of, bring some sort of succor, because you know, people. This slavery thing is real.
It's real.
This this slavery thing is real, and we're experiencing it today. But nobody's talking about it. Okay, this human trafficking thing is real. You know, people disappearing, organ harvesting, people disappearing. Nobody hears about them, and the next thing, everybody forgets you. But somebody is profiting off all these things. You know what I mean? So if at the end of the day we can get the right authorities to, you know, sort of find a solution to this lifestyle, that means that our job here would have been done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chichi, would you like to add to that?
Okay, she said it perfectly. We want people to know that these things are happening, you know, and we want it to stop. We want it to stop. We want women to be free. We want women to be able to say, I don't want to do this. I want to do this.
Yeah,
not
in as much as, yes, not forcefully.
Not forcefully.
Because most of them are kidnapped into this lifestyle.
Most of them are kidnapped.
Yeah.
Most of them, their parents had to give them up because they can't pay the loans they were owing. You know, a lot of things, that situations that
has
had to
driven them
put them into that ugly community where they found themselves. And they were, you know, really, really working hard every day to get out of that place.
You can't get out. It's like a cult.
It's a cult.
You can't get out.
Even
so for you to, it's either you get out, you get out, you can't get out alive. As a series of falls you'll see it. You can't get out alive. And it's a real thing that is going on.
Yeah, you come out, you think you're out,
and
then nobody sees you.
That's it.
Then nobody sees you. So when people get to see it, they will understand what we're talking about. You're out. You paid for your freedom. Then you're out.
Then nobody sees so that they can watch it.
Yeah. Awesome, thank you. So, what's your most memorable part of being on this project? What stood out for you throughout the time that you worked on this project? What was memorable for you?
I would say about the flipping of the downfall. Come on. You know, we had 2 cars. We had a downfall, we had another vehicle that we had to, and people were inside. Mm-hmm. Yes, people were inside.
Yep, people were inside.
It was risk.
But it was very risky. I remember that night. It was so scary.
Everybody, it's like we were all waiting to see this. When it happened, we were all rejoicing. The show is not ended yet, but then that particular scene gave us peace. Yeah. When the downfall flipped
and nobody got hurt.
And nobody got hurt.
That's because we got certain level of
and you need to do it once. Yeah. You're not going to shoot it twice. If you fail that first attempt,
that's it.
That's it.
Except you come another day and get another bus.
Get another bus, build it again, and all that. So that was a memorable.
Thank you.
For me, there were so many memorable moments. To be honest. Too many memorable, because everything, just seeing everything flesh out, it was just amazing. I mean, the fight scenes, the explosives, the fight scenes were surreal, to be honest. Everything, and bless every part of it that is just so juicy.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Congratulations once again, I wish you success on this. I mean, of course, it's going to be, but I wish you success on it. And yes, thank you so much for this. I'm Lillian from Bella Niger once again.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.